Hello, this is your lonely old lady back again, and it's been a couple of days since I've made a video and put one up, and I apologize for that because this is kind of a running story about a story of a lonely old lady. But I got some bad news that kind of threw me off on a while, and it was the kind of bad news that was pretty devastating for me. So anyway, this picture that you're seeing is my backyard, which is weeds. I killed a lot of the weeds in the front yard and stuff, and they're dying, so I can just mow the remains off of it. But these guys, all the poison in the world isn't going to kill these guys, and they are all over my backyard. Now this is the yard that my owners, the previous owners, put some weed blocker fabric down and then put rocks on top of it, which I did not want. But the upside to that is the fact that these weeds actually don't take really good roots, so they are pretty easy to pull out. So maybe I can show you one of these that's pretty easy to come out. See, this is one of them. You see that they kind of slide out because the root systems, even though they can't grow through it, the weed seeds go on top of it, and so they can't really get a good root system. So they're really pretty easy to pull. We also had a rain, which makes it kind of muddy in here and makes it even easier to pull. So I kind of pulled my garbage can around. So I kind of pulled my garbage can around to the backyard so that I can use it instead of pulling weeds and having to rake them up and later on and put them out in the garbage can in front. So that's the one thing about where I live right now, is I can just pull the garbage cans around the back. There's no steps or anything going up to the backyard from the driveway. So, and right now we have LB out here as well. Let me show you. He's out here just kind of looking around. LB. Look at that. There he is. There's LB just kind of hanging out here. And he's still kind of camera shy. He doesn't like to have the camera in his face. And it's not really in his face, it's sort of under his face, but he's kind of getting away from it. So he kind of follows me around every place I go. Like I said, he's kind of a boring dog because he doesn't play with toys, but he's always there. Wherever I am, that's where he is. So for now, and I know this is a short video, but I'll get back to you later on today and let you know, because I only have about an hour to get some weeds out of here before I have to go and get ready to go to work today. So it's going to be kind of a busy day for me. So I will possibly get back to you maybe after work and report on the progress of my pulling these weeds one by one. So from a lonely old lady, we will talk to you later. Bye. Hello again, this is your lonely old lady, and coming from Weed Central. It's about time for me to stop. I have to go take a shower, and I don't want to go to work all stinky and stuff. So I have made quite a bit of progress on these weeds, but it's happened to dawn on me that these weeds didn't die with the weed killer because they're a form of a grass, and weed killers won't touch any form of grass. So I'll show you the progress that I have made so far. And then I'm going to have to continue this tomorrow, which I will have the whole day off then. Just hang on and I will show you. Okay, this whole section here was filled with these weeds. And I've got all that done. And I've got my dog still wandering around over here. He's liking to smell, and he's digging for something. I don't know whether he's digging for worms or some kind of bugs or whatever, but he's having fun. And then the other side of the these weeds are in the center, more or less, and I've made some progress on them, but I still have a lot more to go. And then this part here I actually did yesterday, and the weeds that were in here, they were real weeds, but they were fairly easy to pull, and there wasn't a lot of them like there is back there. So I didn't have all the grasses and stuff in there that was in there. So see what I mean? Wherever I go, he goes. And then the other dog I have is Ozzy. He belongs to my son, and I'm taking care of him for a while. So anyway, so this is where I'm at on my backyard weeds. So I will keep you again posted, possibly later today if it's not too hot, or tomorrow morning I will get up early and come out here and see if I can knock off that centerpiece and get all those grasses, weeds, or whatever they are out of there. So at least it looks better. I still would like to figure a way to get rid of these rocks and either put grass back here, since I have a hose that can reach back here and get watered, or concrete. I'm not even sure which, but grass probably would be cheaper. So anyway, for now, I'm going to be having to go and get ready to go to work, and then I work this afternoon. So I'll sign off for now, and we will talk to you on the next video. Bye now. Well, hello, this is your lonely old lady again talking. This morning is my day off, and I was hoping to get out in my yard and do some work, and I probably still will, but I just went out and took my dog for a walk, and the temperatures showed pretty decent, nice temperatures. The problem is there's a really cold wind coming down off the hills, so it was really pretty cold taking him for a walk. So I kind of hoping that I'm going to be working in my backyard on those weeds again that I talked about yesterday, and or grass, whatever it is they are that didn't die, and see if I can, maybe my house shields it enough from the wind that I can get out there and work a little bit and get some more of these weeds down and out. And also, guess what's happening again? I'm looking at my lawn. We've had a lot of rain, and guess what's growing? That grass is growing again. And I can't seem to stop it. I tell it to stop, and it won't stop. It just keeps doing it. And so I may have to get out there doing my grass. I hope not today because of the wind, but and tomorrow I work again, and Saturday I'm off, so maybe by Saturday I can, if the wind, we don't have all this wind and it's a nice day, I can get out and do my lawn. But meanwhile, I've got to go out and tackle these weeds. So I will be with you probably in a few more minutes as I go outside and see what we have in the way of weeds that have to be out. Oh, Zion, dear Zion, land of the free. Oh, Zion, dear Zion, land of the free. Oh, what the heck did I do with my gloves yesterday? They were wet when I came in, so I would have thought that I would have put them with the Well, here I am, back again, your lonely old lady, and I'm going to tackle these weeds or grass or whatever it is that they are. And I have my handy dandy gloves, which will protect my hands, and I'm on my hands and knees, but I'm on rocks, and so I have this little pad that I kneel on to protect myself from the rocks and the hard stuff. So, and these weeds actually here are pretty easy to pull. because the people that had it before put down this weed blocker and then rocks at the suggestion of their bright real estate agent. And I told them to stop doing the rocks, but it was too late. They already had a bunch of rocks in here. And so I've kind of been stuck with that. And I've been here for 8 years because I don't really have the money to take all these rocks out. I'd have to pay somebody to take them out. And then I would have to pay somebody to do something. And right now, with the long hose that I have, I could conceivably put a lawn in here, or flowers, or all three. Or I could concrete it. Either way would be a lot of money, and so I'm not exactly well heeled in the money situation. So I'm just kind of doing the best I can with what I've got. Trying to pull these weeds out. These are these grassy type things that grow in here, but because of the weed blocker that they have, sure, weeds don't come up through it, but dirt comes, and it's like soil. It's under these rocks, and so it's between the rocks and the weed blocker is soil. So these weed seeds come down from the hills and the trees and everything else, and they will germinate. So they're really easy to pull because you can't get good root system in here. Their root system stops at the weed blocker. So it kind of helps that. It doesn't take a lot of energy to take these. It just takes a lot of time because there's so many of them. You know, I did some yesterday and got quite a few of them out. And so I'm trying to get some of these out now. And I don't know what I'm going to do after that because they'll just come back. It's kind of a never-ending battle here. So it's kind of whatever you do is going to be wrong. So you just do the best you can with what you got. And what I've got is not much. So anyway, this is kind of an idea of what my days are like because I don't have anyone to help me. And I could do what I want to do. It's my house. I could let these weeds grow, and they're in the backyard. They're not in the front, so they're not really bothering anybody. So, you know, I live alone. I can do what I want, when I want, and how I want. And so this is really my choice. I could just let them all grow, wait till the fall, and then they'll die out, and then new ones will come back next spring. But they come back more, and so I don't like seeing them, and it's hard for me sometimes to find my dog if the weeds get too tall. So here I am, and as I do most springs, and start taking these weeds out, and I have to pull them like one at a time. So I guess I better get to it and get these weeds pulled out as best I can, if I can get up on my feet to turn off the camera and save some of this camera space for other things and things that might be even more important. So here I come. Not bad. This little old lady managed to get up off the little thing that I was kneeling on. And so anyway, so I think I will just kind of, trying to take my glove off here, trying kind of to end this probably for today. Maybe I'll report on something else today, this afternoon, and when I decide what I'm going to do with this afternoon. But other than that, this is a day in the life of a lonely old lady, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye now.